everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is a beautiful day here today in Zone 7. I am here in Oklahoma City, and it is, we were actually just out in the garden right before this, so we're running a little behind. So Dale's still getting his area set up, but he'll be joining us here in a few minutes. But yes, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Carrie. My husband Dale and I are the creators of the Seed to Spoon app that hopefully you have came in from and you know all about the Seed to Spoon app. But just in case you don't, so we started gardening back like 10 years ago, and we really wished that there was an app for that whenever we were going through and learning everything and starting from the ground up. Quite literally, you can see our first two little baby raised beds over there, and over the course of a couple years we turned it into like our entire backyard. Over, you could say that we got a little obsessed and had a little fun and learned a lot along the way. And like I said, we were like, I wish there was an app. And Dale was like, well, let's just do it. So we jumped in and made the Seed to Spoon app. So here, I'll pop up the QR code. So if you don't already have the app, make sure you download it right there today. It'll help walk you through growing like over 100 different, it's like 150 now, fruits, vegetables, herbs. Like it goes through exact planting dates based on your location. So no more math, which is amazing for me. I love that part. And a bunch of companion planting and visual garden layout. And I mean, I really could go on and on and on. But yeah, here. So it has like all of these things. Yes, it's all amazing. But anyways, I digress. I go on. Anyways, so last week, there he's joining us. Hi, Dale's joining us. Um, so we do this every week. We get on, we hang out with you guys and chat about gardening. And we always are doing giveaways too. So we do a giveaway for a free 1-year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription. And so today it's a free 1-year Seed to Spoon app subscription along with Park Seed seeds. So last week we talked all about like everything you can grow in May. And we ended up like running out of time at the end. And we're like, okay, we need to have like just another hour to talk more about it and focus more on the flowers. Because we had like 1 minute left and it was like, we had barely touched on zinnias. I was like, zinnias deserve way more love than this. And yeah. But anyways, so we do this every Tuesday, and then afterwards we do a giveaway too, because I feel bad not all of you guys are able to join us live. So if you're watching this after that, you still have a chance to win also. So all you need to do is comment in, and you'll be entered in to win. So with the premium Seed to Spoon app subscription, I mean, you can have a whole bunch of things too with the free version, but the premium just kind of goes above and beyond and gives you a bunch of extras. You can take pictures and send it up to Growbot for like plant help, plant identification, pest identification. You'll also get free shipping on all of your orders through Park Seed, which is huge. That's one that will get you in trouble because you'll want all the seeds, especially after talking about all the flowers today. If you're anything like me, I will probably be placing an order after this because I'm going to come up with all these things that I don't have and I need to order more of. Anyway, so we also do, you also get unlimited visual garden layouts and plants that you can log in your garden and all of that. So we do have a winner from last week from After the Fact. So last week's winner for the After the Fact was for Karsten Loot. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to say this name. But congratulations. Send me an email at info@seedtospoon.net and I will get you hooked up. But anyway, so all of you guys too, stick around because at the end, we will also be doing a giveaway for those of you who are with us live. All you need to do is just pop into the chat. Like we have a lot of people in there. So hi. And so every time you enter in and chat, you'll be entered in to win.
All right, so
Okay.
before we jump in and talk about flowers that you can plant right now, I want to briefly talk about the update that just came out this week. So we had a live stream 2 weeks ago now where we went through the app and showed it off and showed off all the features. And there were a number of suggestions that both came out of that, but also things that have been asked about for a bit. And we're really excited that we got the update out last week now to everyone. That includes Carrie. Do you have your screen where you can share? I've got it where I can share if you don't have it.
I do not. I'm sorry. That
You're all
was
right.
I was
All right.
running my.
So let me. So a couple of new things that are out in the app, and we have videos we've been putting out on Instagram and YouTube that kind of detail these things. So I'm just going to briefly go through and show you in case you haven't seen them yet. The first one is blank space. So this has been a commonly requested thing. So you can go through and add maybe you have like a concrete path or something, so you can mark that.
Yeah, this is huge for me too because I have I garden in some like huge round raised beds, like these large smart pots like this. So I can easily like reflect that now. I was actually in the garden too doing this and having like blank spaces at the end to represent my circle that I was growing in. And I was like, this is perfect. It works so well. I love it. You did a great job.
Thanks. And then we also added the ability to have a plant go across multiple squares now. So before, like an acorn squash, what we would do is we would mark it something like, I mean, acorn squash is going to take up a lot of space. So something like that, we would mark it, or something like this, or you get the idea. That's how we would mark it. But it looked like you had 6 acorn squashes. So we added this option in here under edit footprint for stretch image across footprint, so that now it looks like one giant acorn squash. So that's another thing we got out last week. Carrie, what else was in there? I've been working on new stuff.
Beanstalk.
Oh yeah, how could I forget
Yeah,
that?
I know. It's
So
huge.
green stock. This has been a very popular request we've had. So now you can add vertical planters and towers, and we've got some of the green stalks in here by default. And you can choose the color. And now you can keep track of your green stalks the same way that you've been keeping track of your garden. So,
And yes, Trish. So check the App Store or the Google Play Store wherever you are for an update. And it went out. There was a little bit of a delay with Android getting through the review process, so it took a little longer there. But it all got out over the weekend too. So you should all have access to it. Exciting.
and stick around till the end because there's another new feature that we've been working on that we're going to get out in the next week or two that I'm gonna share at the very end of this live stream. So
I
stick
will
around.
say it is, yeah, it is something that you all have been asking me about. So Dale was really excited. He was actually working on it a little bit ago too, and he was like, "Okay, what do you think of this? What do you think of this?" Yes, yeah, it's great. It's exciting. So
All right, let's talk about flowers. So there's a lot of flowers you can still plant just by throwing some seeds on the ground. Um,
hold on, I'm behind here too. Hold on, I'm
we
sharing my screen.
were we were gonna try like record like doing this live stream from a different area, and it just didn't work out. So a little less prepared than usual. Next week, though, I think we're gonna have like a different setup. We're in the same room together.
We were trying to do it where we could like sit together and talk to you guys so we could be in the same room, but yeah, we were having a hard time getting like the audio and the camera right and be able to both have our computer. Yeah, yeah, the
Okay.
complexities.
So, as far as things you can still plant from seed, now, the number one thing on our list is going to be zinnias. Yeah.
Yep, Todd called it out right here. He knew where we were going first.
So, Carrie, you want to show us some of your favorite zinnias?
Yes. So, well, first of all, like I do want to say, so Parkseed has probably I'm pretty sure it's like at least 100 plus varieties of zinnias, which is so impressive. So I mean, pretty much anything you are ever looking for, Parkseed has it zinnia wise. I love it. But that being said, I know it gets overwhelming because there are so many and so many amazing and gorgeous varieties. But I wanted to zero in on a few of our favorite varieties that we grow like year after year after year. Like we will just always grow because they are the best. um, okay, so my first ones that I want to talk about are, well, I can pull this up. This is a collection of all of them. So this one right here, this is the Parks Picks Zinnias right here. So this has a whole bunch of different seeds in it right here. So yeah, you can see it has all of these seed packs together in this collection, which is amazing. But this is what I got because I love to grow every single one. I grow them all in an entire wooden raised bed, and I always line them up, of course, according to rainbow colors. I always do my, my rainbows. It's so fun. But I have these growing in here. I will grow this variety like every single year. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can get a little bit better picture of these. Well, I mean, you can kind of see all of these are them, but this one kind of shows too. They are a perfect little cut flower too. If you are wanting cut flowers, they are perfect for that because they have the most sturdy stems too, and they get very, very tall. These were probably, I mean, they were probably seriously like 5 feet tall, if not more. I mean, I'm pretty tall, and I know we had these in like a raised bed, like this far off the ground, but they were my height at least, if not more. I was very impressed, and they were just, oh my gosh, they were beautiful. I've heard of people planting these all along like fence lines and things like that. Like zinnias, if you all haven't grown zinnias, like this is the time. Like get zinnias and plant them out because they are just the easiest flower to grow. I literally just toss these seeds out and they'll bloom. Like it's amazing. And one of the beautiful things too about zinnias is the more you do cut them, the more that you will actually get more flowers. So they actually want to be cut.
This is one of the
Yeah.
great things about zinnias too, is they can tolerate the heat really well. So it's something that I love to grow in the summer because regardless of how everything else is growing, I know my zinnias are going to be doing well and I'm going to feel like a good gardener. Um, my tomatoes and peppers are struggling from the heat and everything else. Zinnias are going to thrive. So zinnias are just the ultimate hack when it comes to growing flowers for cut bouquets. They're just so easy because you can literally just throw seeds out and they're going to grow on their own for the most part. And they're just perfect for bouquets. And there's so much variety that a lot of times like she'll bring a flower in and I don't even realize that's a zinnia because it looks so different. I think I've got them all learned now, but last year it was just a like that's a zinnia too, like because they
Yeah.
look different between the different types of zinnias. And yeah, so it's my favorite flower to grow. We're gonna have so many zinnias this year, and this Parks Picks variety is definitely noticeably different and better than pretty much all the other varieties I've seen. And we've spent a lot of time in nurseries lately and looking and walking through nurseries and seeing different varieties of stuff. And I now obviously they're not full grown, but I haven't seen anything that looks like it's going to grow the way that these Parks Picks do. Like I haven't seen anything that have stems that are near like these.
Yeah, I agree. And also like these lasted really late into the season too, because zinnias are pretty prone, like at the very end of the season, they will, whenever it starts to get cool in the evenings, they can get like powdery mildew and all of that. But I mean that's how you know the season's about over. But um these ones lasted longer into the season too than my other ones did, and they stayed so healthy. It was great. These were, yeah, so hands down my favorite variety there of zinnias. But I know that not everybody has the space to plant like 5 foot tall zinnias, and that's understandable. So I did want to talk about both medium sizes and smaller ones too. So let's talk real quick about Cinderella zinnias. I love these. I grew these for the first time. Was it last year or the year before? I don't remember which year it was, but I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago. We got these for the first time. And I was just so amazed. It was actually this variety right here we grew, the Cinderella Peach, because I remember that beautiful flower. Like you can kind of see, like, I mean, look at that. Like, just like Dale was saying, like the differences in the different zinnia varieties. Like these are noticeably way different than pretty much any other zinnia I've seen. And like they start out just looking like a regular zinnia, and then as they like fill out, they get these extra little fluffies in the inside. So pretty. And like the pollinators could not get enough of these too. They were just all over them. So these are definitely amazing, and they grow. I mean, they're a good like mid-size one. I have some of them next to my Parks picks, but like in the front, so they still get some extra. So they still get sun and everything. But I think I remember them being like 3-ish feet tall. So um, not compact, but not like huge. So a good mid-size one. And there's a lot of different colors and varieties. Yes, I love zinnias.
We got a question about growing zinnias in pots. I think we'll probably talk about that with the next variety you're going to show, the smaller variety.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, Magellan Mix zinnia seeds. So these are, again, have I said this about every variety yet? That they're my favorite. So,
You're my best friend. My best friend is what you're reminding me of right now. Our kids have 18 best friends.
oh yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is definitely one of my best friends right here. This Magellan Mix. This one, if you are looking to grow in pots or a smaller area or intermixed in your veggie garden to help bring in pollinators and just disrupt the smell of for pests, this is an amazing addition. These are very small and compact. I think, let's see what the height is, 14 inches tall. So like a foot ish. But for the size of the plant, like the plant was very small, but the blooms were huge. They were just as big as the Parks Picks blooms. I was very impressed. Now, these don't make the best cut flower because obviously they're a lot shorter, so they don't have like a really long stem to cut. But that being said, like they just looked gorgeous just being out there. So this is easily one of my favorite varieties that we grow. And I actually like I love it so much. I went out at the end of the season last year and I cut off the dead blooms off of I don't even know how many, and I saved them all for this year. So now I have like, oh my gosh, I have this variety everywhere because I have like thousands of seeds that I saved from last season. And like I said, they're just so easy to grow too. Like, and yeah, they're just, yeah, very, very amazing. I mean, you could probably do this variety in a green stock. I don't see why not. It would be probably a perfect little size to put like one in each pocket.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. Yes, I absolutely agree, Robin. I love the Cinderella zinnias. They just look so good. That is funny. Yeah, our kids joke about this like every single day because it is like I mean it's probably what like 90% of the time at least we walk out and we're both wearing like exact same like color top and bottom. They're like, "Did you plan this?" Like every day. It's
Now, to be fair, I really only have 3 colors of shirts I wear. So I started it. She's copying me, to be fair.
wow.
I've got, yeah, one of my OCD traits is I've got like 10 of the exact same shirt. So I've got like 10 of this and one in black and 10 in black and 10 in pink. And that's all I need.
That's funny. Yes, Thumbelina zinnia is another really good one. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
call out. We have, so the cool thing about this, so we have the Thumbelina seeds, but there's also these seed discs too that one comes in, which is really interesting and unique also. So if you are wanting to plant in a container, you can just pop one of those seed discs in, cover it with a little bit of soil, and poof, you got some little Thumbelinas.
I think that's one of your taglines, just poof.
Poof, it is. Poof.
Poof, there's a carrot. I remember you saying that a few weeks back.
Oh, what was the other one? Oh, yes, I was going to call out one more. These hidden dragon. I really like this one too. This is another one that's on the smaller side. So, yeah, 12 inches tall. So, this is another small one that I really like to grow. Now, these are a little bit smaller blooms than like the Magellan variety that I was talking about earlier. But these, I mean, look at that. That's so beautiful. I love the different colors that they have in this one. And plus, the kids really like the name of this one. So I always have to grow these hidden dragon zinnias too. So that's another one I had to call out also. I like that.
Yeah, can you just go to the Zinnia page for a second too? I just want to share like so we have such a variety of zinnias. That like how many do we have? 106 varieties of zinnias. And
Yeah, it's something crazy like that.
yeah, and we went on a flower growing spree for the first time a couple years ago. We kind of went wild, and we shopped from a lot of different places and wanted to get a sense of of all of that. And I was really surprised by how many more varieties of zinnias we had at Park. So this is one of the things we have the most amount of seeds on. So it's one of the things we specialize in, and just scroll through and just see what looks pretty to you. And
Ooh,
we
look at
can
those.
whoa, how do you not have those yet?
I
Pink one?
don't know. Oh my gosh. You see, I told you guys that I was going to need to order things after this. Ooh, it looks like a mid-size one. Okay. I've got to add that one to my cart. So, okay. Sorry. I'm doing my shopping too as I'm talking to you guys. So, yeah. Oh, and there's just a Magellan in pink too. Yeah, so the Magellan that I have is a mix. So it has like all sorts of different colors. It has pink in it too, but it has pink, red, yellow, orange. Like it has like every single color in there. It's awesome. I really like the mixtures because then I can whenever we're going out there and doing like cut flowers and all that, we have a bunch of different colors. So
And you can also like over on the left, you can filter by color. So if you expand the bloom color over on the left, then
oh,
there's a lot
that's
of pink. So you can even choose what flavor of pink you want. Or light
oh
pink.
my gosh. Yeah, dark pink, apricot. Okay. This is dangerous. Just a pink. Oh, purple. Ooh, what purples do we have?
And if there's other ways that you guys want to be able to shop on the site, let us know. You can let us know here in the live stream too. I'm one of the people that helps keep the website going.
I'm super excited for this one. I'm growing this one this year. Oh, that looks so pretty. Yeah. I have little seedlings coming up for it.
Okay, let's move on from Zinnias because we could spend
I
the whole
really
live.
Okay. Um, let's talk about nasturtium next. If I can find nasturtium, there it is. So there's two different varieties of nasturtium that I specifically want to call out. But I do just want to say, like, nasturtium is another one that is a really great direct sow flower and companion plant for pretty much like everything that you grow out there. There's I mean, there's a nasturtium for everything, I feel like. But they're perfect for putting in a, like, if you have tomatoes or peppers or, I mean, yeah, any of your veggies, nasturtiums will help because they will draw the pests actually to the nasturtiums instead and keep them away from your other plants. So those are ones that are great to have around because they will sacrifice themselves. Um, so I do want to call out two different varieties. So two of my favorites that I've been growing are this Park Seed Fragrant Giants, which I love. it is amazing. I put these just next to, so I grow these ones typically right next to a vining tomato, and I have them just vine up right along next side of them. They grow very large and big, and I mean, you can see this right here. They're perfect for hanging pots because they sprawl and they climb. Like, these are beautiful. They have beautiful large flowers. Um, Much larger than other nasturtium ones. And they're actually, as the name says, known for being fragrant, which is not usual for nasturtium. So I definitely, like, if you have the space for them, or if you're growing a vining tomato, like, pop one of these next to them and grow it alongside with it, and it will help out. It's amazing.
Hey, Carrie, can you go to the homepage for a second? I
Yeah.
want to. So we had a question from Harry about an online catalog. I want to show people our e-catalog we have. So scroll to the very bottom of the site, like the very, very bottom down the footer, and there's e-catalog.
Hmm.
And then you can go down and then click on that open right there. So in case y'all didn't know, we have this e-catalog or the catalog. So we have a catalog we put out every year. We spend a lot of time, and it's a huge effort. And it's really nice to go through and flip through. And this is something we do every year. We go through and look at all the catalogs from all different seed companies and learn about what's new and what's going on in the industry and all of that. And so, yeah, if you want to do that on your device, then you can do it here. It's really nice going through it on an iPad and doing this. Kind of feels
Yeah.
like a catalog.
Great. Oh, and you can, oh my gosh, how amazing is that? These are all clickable too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know about this too, so you taught me something. This
Cool.
is great.
Yeah. It's a really cool thing we have.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Again, I'm easily distracted and I'm gonna be like, look at all these beautiful
We
flowers.
do a live stream. We just go through the catalog and
Probably, yeah. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Well, there's so many unique things in here too that I haven't grown too. So
Okay, back to nasturtiums. We've got a question about whether or not direct seed or do them inside. So, and we pretty much always direct seed them outside. Now, do you start some indoors early? Didn't you do some?
I did, yes. I started my nasturtium. I did a couple of these giants, the fragrant giants, indoors, just because I wanted to be able to do some transplants out with my tomatoes and have like that protection built in, like on day one when I was transplanting them out. But I did it in the biodome because nasturtium does not like having their roots messed with too much. And the biodome, if you're unfamiliar with what the biodome is, it's just Park Seeds growing system. Works amazing. Here, I can actually pull it up. I have the website. Um, and then you can kind of see what it is I'm talking about. So yeah, it's this right here. And then, hey, there's me. Right here. Yeah. So right here, it just kind of keeps the root a little bit more secure. So yeah, it worked really well for my nasturtium before, but I wouldn't recommend doing it in like regular soil or anything like that, just because it doesn't like it. Um, Evelyn says I have a high failure rate on nasturtium. Ah, I'm sorry. Well, like I said, try with the biodome because I have great success with the biodome. But like I said, if you are trying to grow them indoors, it might be that issue. I personally don't go through and soak my seeds or nick them or do anything like that. Although they are large enough, like they would benefit from doing that. I just my planting is usually more spare of the moment. I have like a few minutes and I'm like, I'm gonna go plant some things really quick outside and then come back in. But I mean, that being said, if you have the time and you know you're going to be going out later that day, absolutely pop them in some water. But as long as you keep them moist when you're outside, whenever they're planted, you should be good. Okay, sorry, I had not been
Yeah, a
looking.
couple of questions I started. I want to come back to. So, a question about zinnias and powdery mildew. This is the top issue we do have with zinnias. And it's one of the reasons why we are spending some extra time putting in our PVC irrigation system. Zinnias do not like having their leaves wet, and we were doing a lot of watering with sprinklers last year. And I think that's a major reason why we had issues with powdery mildew. Also, we had them very crammed together, um, which that will they do fine crammed together, but we will have more issues with powdery mildew. There is a solution you can make. It's what is it? Milk and water? Is
It
that?
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally is just a mixture of milk and water in a spray bottle.
But prevention is key here. You really don't want it to get established because it can be a pain. So
So, yeah,
just
I was going to say if you are overhead watering, just do it in the morning instead of
yeah.
at night. Because that's our biggest issue whenever we get it.
And sometimes you can't help it. You get like a really rainy stretch of a couple of weeks, and you're just kind of issues with powdery mildew, and that's how you can. That spray is how you can handle it.
I saw Joy of Gardening was saying, my tomatoes are all in pots. Can I plant nasturtium in the same pot? So, yes, let's go. Let me pull nasturtium back up. So, probably not the fragrant giants one that I was talking about before, unless it's one that has a trellis available next to it. I would recommend doing, and this is the other one that I was planning on talking about today, which is the dwarf compact nasturtium. These ones are a lot smaller. So these, again, they get about a foot tall, foot wide. So they're not super large at all. So if you just put these like in the very like front of the pot, then these should work out for you too. That's my purpose that I grow with these dwarf ones is anytime I have like a bush tomato, I'm putting a dwarf nasturtium next to it. So that would definitely work out for you.
You know the
Okay.
ratio of milk to water.
I do not, but I bet you Growbot would know. Do you have Growbot pulled up?
Yeah, 1 second.
I was gonna say I can pull up the app too now.
One part milk, 9 parts water.
Okay.
I realized I didn't pull that question up, so people didn't know what we were talking about. So the ratio on the powdery mildew thing we were talking about earlier, the ratio of milk to water is going to be 1 part milk to 9 parts water.
Yeah, and I have done that before. Now I accidentally kept it in the spray bottle for too long, and it got very stinky. So I would recommend after you use it to clean it out really well. Don't do what I did.
So Trish, squash is one of those things that we don't start indoors. We start all of our squash just directly outside, and it seems to always do better that way. We've never really had much success with transplanting squash. Um, we do take some extra care to try and protect our squash, especially the first few months. So we'll try and protect it with some netting or something because squash vine borers and squash bugs and all of those are a real nuisance around here. So I think they're a real nuisance everywhere, but especially here, it seems. When we moved out of the country, it got 10 times worse than it was when we were.
Yeah, I will say they do like really warm soil too. So maybe if you're starting it indoors, it's possible it's like a little bit too cold. Maybe try putting a heat mat on them or something like that, and they might grow a little bit better for you.
All right,
Okay,
what's next?
let's see. Let's chat about. Let's let's do Cosmos because this is another one that prefers to be direct sown and it is the perfect time to direct sow Cosmos like right now. And these will grow wild for you. Like they are a wildflower and they will just come back for you year after year too, just like zinnias and like all of these other like Cosmos are amazing. Another very easy one to grow and plant. I quite literally just toss Cosmos seeds out there on the soil, um, brush them in a little bit, and water them in. And that's really all I do. They are gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And will bring in so many pollinators to your garden because they will flock to these. Yeah, as I realize I've been saying that about everything, but there is a reason why like I picked all the things that I picked today, because these are all amazing ones that will do really well for you and bring in pollinators to your garden. They're great for veggie gardens. They're great for just a pretty pollinator garden. They're just an overall great flower. So um, personal favorites are going to be this seashells one is the one that I always grow every year. I just think they're super unique because they have like, I don't know, you can kind of see like the petals on the end here look a little bit like, I don't know, they just look different. And I think that I like unique looking things. So plus it's an heirloom. You can't go wrong with those varieties. So again, they're like a medium sized plant and grow a couple feet, but they will bring in a whole bunch of pollinators to your garden. Absolutely love them. Okay. Yes. So JC was saying, do you have to keep all these seeds wet until they sprout? So not necessarily like wet, but yes, you do want to make sure that they are staying moist whenever you plant them out. So whenever I do like go out there and literally just toss these seeds, I'm just like I'm spraying a little bit of water on top of them and then walking away. But I will come back like the next couple days and water them into just to make sure, just until they get established. And then cosmos are very easy to maintain after that, and they will do great for you even in the middle of the summer. I mean, kind of like zinnias too. I feel like zinnias, again, are very little care that they need. Okay. So good. So Trish is calling out marigolds. So let's talk about marigolds next. Okay. So on marigold, again, I don't even know. How many marigolds do we have? Whole bunch. I don't even know. Probably not as many as we have zinnias, but we have a significant amount of marigold seeds. Oh, it says 57 right there. So, yeah, there's 57 different varieties of marigold. So, again, if you are looking for anything specific marigold wise, like you will find it here at Park Seed. A couple of my very favorite ones, of course, like the ones that Park Cedar is known for are these Parks Whopper varieties. And so it comes in an orange, yellow, and then there's a mix that I typically grow, which is this one. I like having a variety of the orange and the yellow. So I always get the Parks Whopper mix one. These are probably the largest blooms I've seen on a marigold flower before. It is impressive. It's like literally the size of my palm with how large they are. Definitely one of my favorite things to grow. I do start a lot of marigolds indoors, just because I want to transplant them out with my tomatoes. But I'm also like, I still am direct sowing marigolds. I was out there the other day direct sowing some marigolds and planting them alongside my tomatoes and things like that because I can never have enough of these out there. Yes, Jackie says I've been wanting to try white marigolds for a while. Yeah, isn't that amazing? There are actually white marigolds. There's these white swan ones, very pretty. Also, these sugar and spice white ones look really pretty too. And again, like all of these look different and unique too. Um, I'm also growing these superhero spry ones out too. Those are fun ones. But yeah, like I said, there's a whole bunch of different varieties in here. I love growing these varieties because they're very good at a very great companion plant that I will quite literally plant, like I said, with every tomato, every pepper pretty much gets a friend planted next to them too. And I do have just like one like container just filled with a bunch of marigold that's like next to a bed that has some things in it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of marigolds right here and protect them.
We have these flame marigolds that Shelly's talking about.
Let's see. Let me look. There's a lot that sound like it. There's like fireball. I've been seeing a lot of these. Oh, there's flame zinnia.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
bonanza marigold.
there.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That is beautiful. Look at that. I like how it like changes colors on the petals. That's really pretty. Nice. Yeah, so many different varieties. Like you're saying, like some of these, like this one I thought was really cool looking too. So that's why I was trying these ones out this year. So I thought that the superhero spray one with the different colors in it was really unique. So I will let y'all know how that one goes for me. I'm growing these for the first time this year. But it's a award winner. So usually you can't go wrong with those. Those usually always perform really well.
And then we got a question from JC about a small variety of marigolds. What do you recommend there?
Oh, I actually don't know. I don't ever, let's see. Let me look and see. Surely
Is there
there's like a
more
small one.
variety?
Is
Go
what?
up to the top or to the filters.
Mm-hmm.
Over on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And habit, maybe? I was hoping we would have a size one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
dwarf and
compact.
compact.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The fireball. I mean, it's in a
Yeah,
pot
look at
in the
how
picture,
cute.
so that's
Yeah. Oh, those look cute. Yeah, these are all good ones. Yeah. So the besides the superhero spray, oh, I've grown these tiger eyes before. I should have known that. Oh, and the Durango. We do have several of those out there right now that we're growing. The Durango is definitely a really good one to use as a companion plant. Yeah.
doesn't look like we have this Queen Sophia that Desiree talked about.
But
Okay.
we do have the fireball that Julie. Yeah. Okay.
Another recommendation from Desiree for flamenco, and we do have that one. Check it out.
Where's that one?
I searched for it.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, that one's really pretty too. Yeah, another pretty small one. Okay. Do we want to move on to another one of my favorites?
They're all your favorites.
I know, I know. Um,
You only got 4 to choose from on this one, though.
oh, and that's fine because I'm calling out two of them. um, so I love calendula. It's again another amazing companion plant. So if you don't usually grow these varieties, or if you don't usually grow flowers, like calendula is a really great one to add to your garden. It's absolutely beautiful. It thrives. I feel like it just thrives in all weather because I've had calendula with cold weather and it performs really great. I've had it in the middle of the summer and it's still doing good. Like it's just a really great heavy duty plant. I really like them. They're absolutely beautiful. And so the ones I'm going to call out are this orange flash because this is the one that I have grown for a couple years now and it looks just like this. It's absolutely beautiful. It helps bring in pollinators. I love it. Um, and then the other one I'm actually growing for the first time this year because as you can see right here, it is a new one. So I am trying it for the first time this year. I'm really excited. I have one growing right now next to my uh, next to one of my tomatoes. So far it's like about this big. It doesn't have any blooms yet, but I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. I keep checking on it and looking because it just looks so like neon, like the name says.
And this year we're actually going to use we've always grown it so far just as like a to look at it and as a companion, but there's a lot of uses for like skin irritation and stuff like
Yes.
that, and we're actually going to do that this year. So I'm excited to try that out. I'm sure we will have sunburns in a matter of a few weeks when we start going to the lake on the weekends. So
Hmm.
we're not
And
going to.
I've
We
heard
have.
some of you all. Oops, sorry.
Do we have it growing yet?
Yeah, this one right here is actually growing next to one of our tomatoes in bed 5.
Okay. Y'all
It's the
should
one.
see the spoon app. Can you show yours at the end of the live stream
I
and
will. I
just
will.
show them the chaos that is our garden that
Yeah.
you've got organized in there?
Oh, it's very organized in the Seed to Spoon app. I love it. I am one of those that I go down the rabbit hole and I have everything logged in there.
She's not
It is
kidding.
so helpful.
I'm the opposite of when I'm in the garden. The last thing I want to do is look at a phone or think about like logging things. So Carrie's always like chasing me around the garden as I'm planting stuff, trying to frantically log all the stuff that I'm going through and planting. And yeah, but she
Yes.
loves it. She loves being organized.
I
I mean, that's why I
do.
built the app was for her because we had to have spreadsheets and everything before, and yeah. So
Yeah. But yeah, so I am very excited for this one to grow up. But I do have some of the other ones growing also. But it's my first time growing this one, so I'm especially excited for my neon calendula to bloom for me. Vet was asking, do any of these invite wasps? I know they're pollinators. Aw. Yeah, so wasps are actually super helpful in the garden. Yeah. Um, so I mean, calendula can. It's not one of the most ones that will attract it, but cosmos actually will quite a bit also. But we can talk a little bit about like dill is probably the thing that will attract them the most to your garden. And oh, this picture's not loading for me. But dill is one thing that there it goes. That will help to bring in swarms of pollinators. Seriously, like so many different things are attracted to dill, including wasps. So if you are looking for a bunch of pollinators, plant some dill. And dill is an amazing companion plant too. If you put it next to, especially squash, it's really good next to squash for like squash bugs and things like that. But also really good with tomatoes and peppers and all of that too. Todd says, are calendula better direct sown? So yeah, calendula again is one that you can absolutely direct sow. It also like same with nasturtium. Like I do start calendula indoors also just because I always want to get a head start on it and I want to get it out sooner. But it is one that does really well just direct sown outside too. So you can absolutely direct sow or indoor start calendula. So.
Harry, I got a question for you. So the way that you use the app where you pre-plan it all in the browser and then you take it out to your tablet, I'm curious if we added a status when you were planting that was like planned and not necessarily planted, would that be helpful for you? Is that something that you would use where when you're planning it, you would like mark it all out as planned and it maybe would look slightly different in the UI? And then whenever you actually plant it, then you would go in, tap on it, like mark it as yes, this is planted, and then it switches. Let me know if that would be useful for you. Because when I saw that comment, I was like, I wonder. I've been thinking about something like that anyway, where you
Yeah,
like
I would
plant out
love that.
and order the seeds, kind of related to that too. Like I've been okay. So yeah, just let me know if that would be
Yeah,
something.
you can feel free.
Everyone,
Like send me an email too, or you can yeah. Um,
I see lots of yeses coming in. So okay, cool.
yes. Everyone's like me, like, oh yes, that would be really helpful.
You want to talk about sunflowers?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go to my favorite first on the sunflower.
Okay.
These are so cool. So
Are we going to these ones?
The mammoth giant.
We have the gigantus ones. Do we have
We
there?
probably have a lot of different ones. The point I'm trying to make here is you can grow like 12. The Russian mammoth, I just saw it
I was gonna say there's a bunch of
right
different
there.
this one here.
Yeah. So how tall is this one? Gets
12
12 feet tall.
feet tall.
And they will get 12 feet tall, and it's so cool. We accidentally grew one of these inside of a 1-gallon smart pot once, and it was ridiculous because I have a picture of me holding this 1-gallon smart pot with this 12-foot sunflower coming out the top of it. So
It was so funny because it was we took this picture next to the house, and he was holding it like this, and the sunflower was literally like as tall, like taller than the house was. It was so cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
big fan of sunflowers, especially the giant ones. But if you don't have room for it, then there's lots of others to choose from. There were questions earlier about things that you can grow in the heat, and sunflowers are near the top of that list, along with zinnias, as far as things that, well, it's in the name, sunflower. They love the sun, and you will have them probably forever after you grow them because you'll start having them coming up everywhere wild. Um, yeah, it's so cool. We will have just so many random 12 to 15 foot tall sunflowers around the property. If the goats don't eat them, that's the challenge. Is the goats love them too. So yeah,
Yeah.
we got to have them in the garden to actually grow them out. But we have so many sunflowers to choose from. How many do we have? If you go to the top, what's our count there?
44.
44. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
look,
lots to choose from.
gigantus giant. This one gets 8 feet tall.
I don't think you can can you filter by height? If you go to characteristics, and there might be, I don't know if giant is an option. But we can look into adding the ability to sort or filter by height. I think that would be super
That
useful.
would be helpful.
And we have the data, and I believe it's structured. I'm getting too technical now. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud about how I'm going to build it, but I think I could do that. So
I want to call out these little teddy bear ones, even though they're not little, they're 7 feet tall. But I do really like these teddy bear sunflowers. Oh, they're so pretty. I love them. But yeah, I mean, literally, there's so many different unique. Like looks like a sunflower. That is like a classic sunflower right there. Look at
yeah.
that. But yes, so many different amazing varieties, unique colors, even. Like there's purple sunflowers. Like, yeah, so many. Yeah. So the biggest issue I know with sunflowers, people sometimes have issues with them germinating also. But same with the nasturtium too. If you do have trouble getting them to germinate, you can nick the side of the seed. You can soak these seeds ahead of time. Or you can quite literally just go out and toss the sunflower seeds and water them in. Um, Sunflowers are pretty resilient. Like they will, especially once they come up and once they're sat, like they love the heat. They will take any conditions you give at them pretty much. This is a good call out. Yeah, Pam was saying it seems like so many vegetables do not like sunflowers. Yes, there are a few that don't like sunflowers. It's mainly in their roots that they have issues with them. So, I mean, if you are growing other things like in containers, I mean, you can just put it in a container next to it, or like off to the side, or just throw these in the ground too. Like, yeah. But yes, you do have to be careful with some of these. And you can see it all in the Seed to Spoon app too. So in the Seed to Spoon app, again, I don't have it pulled up, but if you go under, I mean, you can just go under sunflowers too, and you can see what its friends and enemies are right there. So you can know like what to plant it next to and what not to.
Okay, so I teased at the very beginning that we would reveal another new feature. So we're getting close to the end of the hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I have your garden pulled up, I think. So we can also show the chaos of your garden at the same time. So, all right. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. So this is Carrie's garden, well, our garden. And here's all the garden beds we have set up. So when she was talking earlier about bed 5, this one.
Yep, at the very top left, there's my calendula. There it is right there.
Okay, so I'm going to go to bed 11 and show you something new we're working on. And you can see it right here. So this has been one of the top feature requests we've had for a while, which is the ability to add multiple things in a square. And I think I've got an elegant solution here on how we can do this without it messing everything up. So now if you go into a square, so I've got this eggplant here. If I want to add another plant into the square, I can tap add plant here. And I'm going to mess up your garden. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I'm going to add a marigold. Now, I've got both of these plants in that square. And if I tap on that square, then I can choose which plant I want to go into. So I can go into that eggplant, and I could add another one. You can add as many as you want. I didn't add more than 4. So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to test that and see what happens. It's not going to break, but it may not look amazing. It's really designed to have up to 4. So yeah, that's and then if you want to, like I said, if you want to add a new plant, you do it the way you always have. You can add plant, and then if you want to add a plant to existing square, tap and add plant here. So we will get this through testing this week. We'll plan to get this out to our beta testers this week. So if you're one of the beta testers, be looking for that. If you want to be a beta tester for the app, then reach out to us at info@seedtospoon.net. Carrie, can you pop up that email address?
Yep.
And reach out to us, and we will. Yes, it still does. It still warns you about companion. I saw a question pop up from Grace. It still warns you about companion. And actually, like I added, if you do enemies within here, it like warns you too. So it can be a lot of red X's if you want it. So, so yeah, this came out of last week. This live stream last week. One of y'all asked for this feature, and I started thinking about it that night of how we could pull this off, and had an idea and got it worked out. So, like I said, if you want to test this out, email us at info@seedtospoon.net, and we can get you on the beta list. And if you're already on the beta list, then be looking for this update to roll out sometime this week. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So I did say I was going to be doing another giveaway for those of you here live with me today. Let's see. So this is going to be for a free 1-year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription, along with a packet of something flower seeds that we talked about today from Park Seed. So exciting. Okay, drum roll. Congratulations to Trish P. Send me an email at info@seedtospoon.net, and I'll get you all hooked up with your free goodies. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Exciting. Yes. Okay. And like I said, if you guys didn't win and you want to win, please, like after this goes away and we're no longer live anymore, if you come back in and leave a comment, it'll enter you again automatically in, and I will do another drawing right before next week. So make sure y'all go in there and comment in there. So
Question from Gracie. So we had this when we first built it, but it was kind of overload because there were just green check marks and hearts, or it was green check marks and they were everywhere. So it was just kind of like it made it too much going on visually. That's why we took it down to only show you the bad companions. So we originally had that. Just trust me, it didn't look good. Carrie didn't like it.
I wasn't. Yeah, I was like, oh, if I don't. I mean, it's much easier just to be like, oh, if I don't have anything there, like, okay, great, I don't have a warning, and it works good. So, yeah, it just was too busy. There was too much going on. So, yeah. Okay.
All right. See you next week. What are we talking about next week? Do we know yet?
I don't know.
Hear about next week? Let us know in the comments. So let us
yes,
now,
go back in.
Let us know what you want us to talk about. It's about to be pest season, so we might want to talk about pests, because if you're not already seeing them, you will be, and you're probably already seeing the holes in your leaves. So let's talk about where the hole in the leaf is, can kind of tell you what kind of bug it is, and And if you get your eyes on it, then Growbot will tell you what kind of bug it is. So we'll show you all these features and yeah, cover that next week. Unless you have a better idea, let us know. We're open to ideas. It's not set in stone. It's not scheduled.
Well, sounds good. Well, we will see you all next week. Same time, same place. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.